Peace, everybody. What's good? It's that boy, Coach Malachi Williams, and you are now tuned to New Media Today USA Boxing. Let's go. All right, everybody, look. Check this out. Now, listen, man. Whole lot of drama going on Instagram, Twitter, just social media in general. You have Terence Crawford interviewing. He was interviewing with Brian Custer. They asked him a couple of questions. Brian Custer asked him. He was talking shit about Jermell Charlo.
Who do you want more? Forget Errol Spence. Put him aside. Keith Thurman or Jermell Charlo?
Charlo.
What did you think when we had Jermell Charlo on the last stand, and he said, quote, Bud Crawford needs to humble himself, recognize he's the B side, take less money, make sure there's a rematch, and then in the rematch, he can be the A side, and he gets the majority split if he wins it.
So Terence Crawford is trolling Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo responds back saying he gonna do A, B, C, and D to Crawford if he move up. Yada 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 yada. Whole bunch of talking, right? Crawford got a fight coming up December the 10th. Jermell Charlo, he ain't got nothing going on. He jumped into the fray because Crawford responded back to Crawford, right? And then you look at what's going on with Tank Davis. Tank Davis dissing Devin Haney, and he dissing Shakur Stevenson, right?
And I think that could be Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
Yeah,
right.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that can beat me. Javante Davis. That's the only person. Them niggas cannot touch me at all. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring, and I cracked both of them. I feel you. But check this right there.
Shakur Stevenson responding back to Tank Davis, and Devin Haney responding back to him.
You know, the one that's probably the most talked about at 135 is Javante Davis.
Now, I don't really care. Like, I really could care less what he got to say. He just, he know I'm coming. Like, he feel the energy. He feel that I'm coming. So now he trying to raise his energy. But I don't really give too much about anything that he got to say.
Then you got doggone the boys over there at the Rise Podcast. Shout out to Sneeze. I like those dudes over there at Rise Podcast. I really do. Squeeze. Keep saying Sneeze. Squeeze, he's very, very funny. Anyway, so you got those guys over there defending Tank. You got Bill Haney. I like to call Bill Haney Dollar Bill. You got Dollar Bill. He trolling Teofimo Lopez Sr.
I'm looking for Teofimo Sr. Tio Sr.?
I see him. He told me
He was probably over there? Okay, tell him that Bill Haney is looking for him, okay? I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look for him. All right? Yeah, because he's been saying some things around town. I'm looking for him.
I know. He's here and he buy with me stuff, but I don't know where he's going.
Okay.
And they talking trash about Tank. And, you get what I'm saying? And with Shakur and all this stuff there. So you got Shakur, you have Devin Haney, Bill Haney, Tank Davis. We have... Terence Crawford, Jermell Charlo, Jermall Charlo, Clout Chasing Dimitri Bivol.
You want to fight me? You want to fight me? Why not? I'll fight you. Come on.
So this was going on in spot boxing. I told you guys, it's just a bunch of TMZ stuff that's going on. Now, you do have fighters who are fighting. You guys know Terence Crawford and Jermell Charlo are two of my favorite fighters. They don't like each other, but they still two of my favorite fighters because of what they do in the ring. Also, we have Canelo Alvarez. Canelo said he want to put pause on the guy from the soccer team. I think his name is Messi. Canelo want to put pause on him. Canelo won't be back until May of next year. I think he's going to fight John Ryder more than likely. That's his WBO mandatory. This what's going on. So Crawford, Jermell Charlo, Shakur Stevenson. I listened to Burning the Boxer podcast last night. Heard Shakur call into the show. So it's just a whole lot of, whole lot of chatter going on. Shout out to the dudes who putting in the work, man. Nestor Gill's Boxing Boys. Got a chance to hear his replay yesterday. Some of it, not all of the show, but some of it. Shout out to them boys over there, man. Listen, what's going on, guys, is this. A lot of these fighters, they don't like each other. Some of them, they don't like each other. But we all know none of these fights are going to happen.
Come on, man. Come on, y'all.
Let's be real. More than Tank ain't fighting no Devin Haney. You see, I got the bird in the background. Tank ain't fighting no Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson. None of that is going to happen. You see what I'm saying? We know this. More than likely, we'll probably get maybe on Shakur and a Devin Haney. That fight could probably happen because they're with the same promotional company. But just some companies, you know, they have a hard line when it comes to dealing with other companies. A lot of this stuff is just talk. Nothing is going to materialize.
No disrespect to you, brother. I'm not attacking you, but I want to deal with what you said because you just enunciated one of the major intellectual handicaps of the Negro psyche.
And it's very, very hard dealing with Al Heyman. We know how Al Heyman rolls. So nothing is going to materialize, just a bunch of talk. You get what I'm saying? Terence Crawford said he's making $10 million fighting David Avenesian. $10 million. I don't think nobody in the welterweight division is making $10 million. Nobody. I think that's the same $10 million that Keith Thurman said he wanted to fight Crawford. Now, Keith Thurman has been mandated to fight Errol Spence. More than likely, that fight is going to happen next year. Seriously doubt Errol Spence won't do what he's told.
And I'm telling you the God's honest truth.
He's going to fight Keith Thurman. And a lot of people counting Keith Thurman out. Now, Keith Thurman from Florida. He from the Bay. He from Clearwater. He like 20 minutes away from where I live, across the bridge. Of course, I'm going to ride with Keith. I'm going to ride with Keith one time, Thurman. Now, of course, Keith Thurman, some people say he don't look the same. That ain't the point. He's a Florida boy. I'm going to ride with him on the strength of that. I'm going to ride with Keith Thurman like a Texas nigga going to ride with Errol Spence. Why? Because he from Texas. And I'm going to ride with Keith Thurman. Why? Because he from Florida. That's that.
And I'm telling you the God's honest truth.
Man, so just a whole lot of drama going on, guys. A whole lot of drama. It ain't about nothing. They got a bunch of Twitter beefs going on. People fighting on Twitter. You want to see some undisputed and unification matches on Twitter? Go ahead on Twitter. You're going to see that. You want to see some on YouTube in the chats? Go ahead. You're going to see that. But that's pretty much what's going on. Whole lot of tabloid, whole lot of trash talking. It ain't going to lead to no fights. Crawford and Spence more than likely ain't going to fight each other.
No.
Crawford and Jermell Charlo ain't gonna fight each other. Them boys stand on their side of the street. That's where that's gonna happen at.
And that's for me to know, Steven to know, and Al and Floyd.
Tank and Devin Haney, that shit ain't gonna happen. We know ain't nothing gonna happen with that.
And I'm telling you the God's honest truth.
Tank and Shakur Stevenson, that shit ain't gonna happen. We know ain't nothing gonna happen with that. Though, we know that.
And I'm telling you the God's honest truth.
It's just a bunch of talk. People gonna look mean. They gonna make mean videos. The fans, the fanboys, and the people who chose their sides. They gonna say what they're gonna say in the chats and on Twitter. But that's about as far as that shit gonna go. And I'm telling you the God honest truth.
Come on, man. Come on, y'all.
You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I really ain't got much for you guys today. Check it out. We will be going live today at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We will be going live today at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Oh, as it relates to Jermall Charlo, you guys know, I kind of broken down his resume, and I want you to compare Jermall Charlo's career to Jermell Charlo's career. When you compare Jermall Charlo's career to Jermell Charlo's career, you're going to see two different career paths. One guy has been fighting for 14 years, which is Jermall Charlo. Another guy has been fighting for 15 years, which is Jermell Charlo. Ooh. And if you look at the things that Jermell Charlo has accomplished in a 15-year career, he finally became undisputed. You see what I'm saying? And you look at the things that Jermall Charlo has accomplished in a 14-year career, it's like night and day. As Jermell Charlo progressed in his career, he started fighting better competition, and eventually he started fighting all of the top 10 guys, and he ended up becoming undisputed. Those are the facts, right? If you look at Jermall Charlo's career, as soon as he moved into the middleweight division, he been fighting tomato can after tomato can after tomato can.
Come on, man. Come on, y'all.
We saw that he pulled out of the Macy Sulecki fight, only to see that he went to the club a week later. I have the video when he was in the club. You get what I'm saying? Drunk, sauced up. He said he had a back injury. My thing was, if he had a back injury, what the hell he was doing in the club with a rapper named Blueface? club with a rapper named Blueface after a back injury. So I don't want to hear that. And also, Steven Espinosa hit me up on Twitter. I didn't even say nothing. I didn't even respond to Steven Espinosa. Never left a tweet or nothing on his Twitter feed. You know what I mean? Never. But he responded back to a tweet that I posted, just basically saying that, hey, man, we all know that Jermall Charlo, he wasn't hurt. He pulled out of the Sulecki fight because the ticket sales weren't doing well.
And I'm telling you the God's honest truth.
And we all know that's what it was, right? I get it. You're trying to push the narrative. You're saying that, no, he had an injury. Well, if the nigga had an injury while he was in the club getting sauced up with Blueface.
Come on, man. Come on, yo.
So I don't want to hear that, Steven Espinosa. You know and I know that you know what the real deal is. And sources say that Jermall Charlo will be fighting Macy Sulecki again in February. I hope like hell he ain't fighting Macy Sulecki. Jermall Charlo, this is his 14th year. By the time he fights next year, it will be 15 years. If he ain't fighting Carlos Adames, his mandatory, WBC's very own Carlos Adames, he need to be fighting that guy. You get what I'm saying? Because the last time he had a fight, by the time he fight next year, it's going to be 20 months since the last time Jermall Charlo has had a fight.
Nigga, please.
He's probably one of the least active fighters in boxing. I don't even understand how he still have fans. If you're from Houston, I get it. He's a Charlo. You got to ride with him. But outside of that Houston shit, man, come on, man. That man ain't doing the goddamn thing. So Jermall Charlo is one of my favorite fighters. I criticize him hard. Pause. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to stay on some of these fighters next. If you ain't doing what Chocolatito doing, if you ain't doing what Baron Rodriguez doing, if you ain't doing what Estrada is doing, A New Way, and a lot of other guys out here, Cool Boy Steph, a lot of these other fighters who are really putting in work, that's what I'm looking for from fighters. Other than that, that's it. That's our boy, Coach Malachi Williams, signing out. New Media Today USA Boxing. We will be going live today at 3 o'clock. Also, again, ain't nothing going to materialize from Tank. They just talking trash. Devin, Haney, they just talking trash. Shakur, none of those guys are going to fight each other.
Say another motherfucking word and this shit is over. And I ain't playing, nigga.
In the lightweight division, none of the lightweight guys are going to fight each other.
Come on, man. Come on, yo.
We probably will get Devin Haney and Lomachenko. That's going to happen. You see what I'm saying? So Dev seemed to be the one that's really pushing the initiative, and I definitely believe that Shakur Stevenson is going to be the one to push the initiative as well. But there's kind of like a civil war that's going on in boxing with certain promotional companies and advisory companies, and the advisory companies are going to make sure that they protect their fighters, and I really mean protect their fighters.
Well, I guess I got to be like everybody else and saying Al Heyman.
And I'm telling you the God's honest truth.
You know what I mean? So it's going to be a lot of really good matchmaking going on. Certain fights we're not going to get. That's just a reality of the situation. We're going to get our best fights on Twitter and Instagram, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. We're going to get the best fights that you can possibly make on social media.
Come on, man. Come on, yo.
That's about as far as that shit gonna go.
And I'm telling you the God's honest truth.
Other than that, that's it. This is our boy, Coach Malachi Williams, signing out. New Media Today USA Boxing. See you guys today, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on.